This is Cougar Cassius for iFL TV in association with Mattins Gym Marbella. We're in Leeds here today ahead of Battle Lines tomorrow at the First Direct Arena live on Sky Sports. With me, we've got unbeaten super middleweight Callum Smith. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Been talked about quite a lot in the boxing world this week, haven't you?
Yeah.
You haven't said anything.
I haven't said nothing, but yeah.
Other people, yeah. Let's just talk about tomorrow first of all. Rafael SOSA Pintos. It's a lot shorter than you, yeah, but a lot of people are. But I don't know, a lot of people suggesting this is going to be an early night's work for you.
Yeah, I think everyone just look at the size and reads a bit too much into it. You know, he's not about fighting. I think he's won 49, lost 10, so he's not bad. And he's boxed some good kids. He went 10 rounds. Matt Macklin went 10 rounds with, what's his name? Australian middleweight, forgot his name. He's been pointed a few and say so. I always get in there and give it 100%, and you know, it's all about the performance with me. You know, obviously, I plan on winning, but I plan on looking good as well. So,
obviously, your big fight coming up is the one in Liverpool on the 22nd of November against. Struggles pronounce his name, CJEKLOCA. I mean that is an eliminator for the WBC title, so this is always going to be something to sort of just keep you going in the meantime.
Yeah, just got to make sure there's no slip-ups the weekend. I've got a big fight in November, I just said, and I just can't afford to get complacent and look past the one this weekend and hopefully come out injury-free, no cuts and no bad hands, and then we can go straight into the one in November, which is a big test.
So, obviously, you're not looking ahead of tomorrow. I'll look ahead for you. Yeah. These two fights, you get through these two fights, you're on that trail of the WBC title potentially for next year. Now, there's a lot of stuff that has to happen in the meantime for you to get there. Yeah. But I asked Eddie Hearn yesterday about, you know, is Callum going to skip the British route? Is this the route you're going to sort of be planning for next year ahead of the British thing? What do you make of that?
No, in my ideal way, I don't want to skip the British route. You know, I think only because Paul's got it. It's the reason why I haven't fought for it already. You know, I feel I'm ready for the British title, and you know, I've always said outside the top four, I believe I'm the best super middleweight in the country for quite a while now. So it is a belt I'd like to win. I've seen my three brothers all win it, and I've seen how much it meant to them. And to get the fourth one, I don't think that'll ever be done again. So it is something I'd want to do. And Paul was to vacate. If he was to get another shot at Abraham and vacate, then it is something I would like to fight for. You know, I'm fighting a WBC eliminator, which is past British level, but I'd still like to go and win a British title. So that is something we are looking for.
So when I was referring to you being talked about this week in the boxing world, I mean, it sort of stemmed from some comments from Eddie Hearn that said that. Obviously, we know that George Groves is mandatory for Anthony Durrell's WBC title. Eddie Hearn has stated that he feels that you would beat George Groves now, which is quite a big statement to make. George has fought for 2 world titles in his last 2 fights, and he's on the verge, possibly next year. Well, not possibly, he will fight for another one. So, what do you think about them comments? And is that a fight that now do you think you're capable of beating George Groves?
Listen, if I was to get matched on tomorrow, I feel I'd be confident I'd win. Realistically, it's not going to happen tomorrow. I think we're talking about it for maybe the summer next year at least. So, and I'll do a thing fight next summer. I'll beat George Groves. Yeah, I do. But as you said, a lot can happen from now to then, and I've got quite a few fights from now to then. And boxing's a funny game, and if we both go the same route and it does happen, then I'm sure there'll be a big fight down the line for British boxing. The British public love the domestic fight. We've seen that with the Groves Frott fight, and everyone wants to see Frampton against Quigg. They're all big domestic fights, and if I can be involved in some of them, then I'll be lucky. But I just say from now I've got Saturday to get out the way, and then I've got a big step up against CJEKLOCA in November, and as long as I can come through them, then we'll look into the new year and see where we're at then. But I say I'll just take it one fight at a time, and say if our paths do cross sometime next year, then I'm sure we'll make it a good fight.
To be fair to you, the comments didn't come from you, they come from your promoter, and Eddie's likely to say things such as these. But I remember when George Groves was first linked to a fight with Carl Frotz, which was a while before the fight actually happened, and a lot of people were saying, George Groves, Carl Froch, he ain't ready for Carl Froch, blah 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 blah. And then a few months later the fight was made, and then he proved in the first fight that he was more than capable of being there. You know, despite what happened, he was more than capable of being there. So, I'm not saying you're in a similar situation, but
no, I think people just look at because you're inexperienced. It just means you can't do it at that level. Just because I haven't been in a fight doesn't mean I'll fold if I am. People think at the minute if someone experienced puts it on me, then I won't be the same kid. But just because I haven't had to do it so far doesn't mean I can't do it. I think the same as with Groves when he first called Froch out. Everyone thought, oh no chance, he's inexperienced. But people do rise to the occasion, and I believe I would. But I think by the time the fight does happen, I will be experienced. I will have had WC eliminator and other fights like that. So when it does happen, I will be ready for it. Joe, as a trainer and a manager, only wants what's best for me, and when we do get the fight, I will be ready 100%.
Eddie Hearn's always said about the purpose behind these kind of belts and these eliminators and things like this. Not so much the eliminators, but the experience of getting you prepared for championship fights, and you're going to get that, aren't you? So
yeah, it's good. A good title, distance fight against quality, foreign oppositions. My next one, Sjekloca, is a good fighter. I think he's 27-2, and there's only 2 losses against Sakio Bicher, who until a few months ago was the WBC world champion, and Arthur Abraham, who's obviously the WBO world champion. They both beat him 1 point, so you say he's no mug. He's a good fighter. He's mixed a good class, and in his wins, he's beat some good kids. He's beat unbeaten kids as well. So he's by far the best I've boxed by a good bit so far as a pro, but I've seen him, and stylistically I think it's a good fight for me, and it's one that I'm confident I can win, and I can look good doing so.
If, for example, there is the chance of a British route for you next year, is a fight with Rocky Fielding something that interests you?
Yeah, as I said, I believe I'm the best super middleweight in the country, and I think if the British to come available, I'd fight whoever's in the other corner, who's Rocky Fielding, and then to go fight, as you say, to big domestic fight, and I'm sure they get a lot of interest. But if I was offered the fight, yeah, I'd take it definitely. Huge domestic fight that would be, wouldn't it? I mean, it would have been a huge fight. Your brother and Rocky, but your brother went on to obviously fight for the world title, and hopefully for another one. But you and Rocky Fielding, I mean, Liverpool, and so it's a big fight domestically, but an even bigger fight in Liverpool. Both live relatively close, and a lot of our friends are the same friends. I'm sure it'd be a good atmosphere. As you say, we're both in the same amateurs gym, so we both know each other well. But if it does happen, I'm sure we'll have a great atmosphere. There'll be a good buzz about it in the city, but it's definitely one that I'm confident I'll win.
I sometimes feel like Rocky doesn't necessarily get the credit he deserves. Sometimes he's always answered the questions that's been put in front of him, and he's a very good fighter, and it doesn't always get the credit he should really get. I think sometimes Rocky, and sometimes when things have been put in front of him and people have sort of said, oh, this is going to be a test, and blah blah blah, he's done what he's had to do.
Yeah, as you say, he's unbeaten. He's beat everyone he's had to, so you can't really knock him. If you've struggled and lost, then you could, but he hasn't. He's won, and as you say, he's done everything asked of him. So maybe we should get more credit, but as I say, I feel I'm the best middleweight domestically now, and say if it was offered, I would take it. But at the minute, it doesn't look like it's going to happen, and he's got his route and I've got mine. So same with the Groves thing. If our paths cross, then I'm sure it'll be a great fight.
Listen, this time next year, the super middleweight division here is going to be absolutely, I mean, like I said, yourself, your brother, Rocky, Carl Froch, if he's still fighting this time next year, James the George Groves, unbelievable.
Yeah, say British boxing's at a high now, and especially in the super middleweight division. Say you just named 6-7 names who are all doing well at the minute. I think 4 are already at world level, and the others are pushing on to it. So as I say, you fast forward a year's time, I'm sure there'll be some big fights to be made. Some might have already happened, and as I say, some will be in the pipeline. So it's exciting times.
Do you feel any sort of pressure?
No, I'd say I've had pressure since the start of boxing. I was an amateur boxer coming through with 3 older brothers who were all national champions, and it was always, when are you going to get yours? And I'd done it, and then I went to Commonwealth Games, 2 brothers who had all both won gold and silver, and I delivered then. And as a pro, I'm the youngest of a boxing family, so I'm always going to get it. But the only pressure I've got is what I put on myself. I'm confident in my own ability, and I believe I can become a world champion, and if I don't, then I'll only fail from pressure myself. I haven't got to live up to anyone else. It's only what the pressure to put on myself, and just say I'm confident I can deliver and live up to it.
Alright, well listen, Callum Smith, best of luck tomorrow against Pintos.
Yeah.
Get the job done, move on to the next one, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Be a big year for you next year though.
Yeah, hopefully.
Definitely. Alright, Cougar Cassius with Callum Smith here for iFL TV. Thank you very much.